Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So sorry I've been MIA from the channel, but with the fall season, it means SAD is back in full force. And it's been kind of kicking my ass. So it's basically going to try to get around to these videos when I can. But I've been feeling super exhausted these last couple of weeks, so it hasn't been easy. But at least I'm finally getting around to it. I haven't built up too much of a backlog, so that's always good. So while I have this energy, let's get straight into it with Spy Family Mission 67, Part 2 by Tetsuya Endo, with translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Arina Mappa. And we pick up back at the Berlin General Hospital, and we see these two shady-looking suspects walking in. And the fact we're not seeing Yuri is already kind of setting off my alarm bells, but we'll wait and see. And you see a Tump as they go to meet with whoever the hospital director is. I cannot remember his name, and I cannot be bothered to remember it. And the darker-haired one goes, "Are you the one who called in the report?" I'll actually call them sunglasses and hats. Differentiate them until we learn their names if we do. Sunglasses goes, "Are you the one who called in the report?" And he's like, "Oh, you're from the State Security Service?" It's like, but you aren't in uniform. And Glasses goes, "We don't want the suspect running when they see us coming." It's like, "Oh, that makes sense." It's like, "Don't refer to us as the SSS or anything like that. I'm sure you don't want a big fuss that'll hurt the hospital's reputation." It's like, "No, of course not." He's like, "I was hoping they'd humiliate him by arresting him in front of the whole staff, but I hadn't considered that. Good call." And I feel like if Yuri had been here, he would not have hesitated to embarrass Lloyd in front of everyone. But you see Sunglasses going, "Lead us to the suspect." It's like, "Sure." He's like, "He's the one." And you see Lloyd just looking like a 50s sitcom dad with the large sweater coat, like the nicely tousled hair, like the clean looks and everything. All he needs is like a pipe to complete the look. You see him like crouched down next to someone talking to them. And you see, he's the one. Lloyd Forger. New hire. Hasn't even been here a whole year. And Sunglasses goes, "And what's the issue?" And he goes, "I've seen him with my own two eyes rummaging through the records room night after night." It's like, "A lie. It's like, I hear rumors of him associating with shady characters. I'm certain he's passing information from our hospital to the west." It's like, "Another lie." He just a shadow of Lloyd be like, in the records room. And he's like, "I'm sure you'll find some documents in his desk that'll prove it. They should be in there." And you see them just rifling through one of the desk drawers. And Sunglasses goes, "I'm not seeing anything." And the doctor's like, but I'm sure there's something." He's like, "Come on and check the first drawer on the right. That's where I planted the fake evidence." "No, not that one, the drawer on the right. Keep looking, okay?" And you see Sunglasses going, "Oh, could this be it?" And you see he pulls out a black notebook with a Maruhi file on it. He's like, yes, that one." He's like, "Personal information of patients, clinical test results of new medicines. Looks like he was gathering all sorts of classified files to give to someone." So Glasses and Hat nod to each other. And you see as Lloyd finishes the conversation with his colleague, he goes, "See you next time." He's like, "Have a good one, Dr. Forger." And as he's walking away, he's kind of his analytical eyes to a twitch. And you see Glasses going, "Dr. Lloyd Forger from the psychiatry department, you're being investigated for espionage, Doc." And you see Hat coming up behind, cutting off his escape, as they slap some handcuffs on him and goes, "And you're under arrest." And Lloyd's just completely taken aback by this. He's like, "Are you kidding me? What the hell is this?" And you see the director going, "Ah ha ha ha, yes, it worked. It totally worked." It's like Lloyd's trying to protest me, like, "Now hold on just a minute. Yeah, save your excuses for the station, Doc." And you have a pissed. It's like, "Hey," it's like, oh, God damn it. Of course, that's what it would be. Of course. And you see, "Putting me in the handcuffs wasn't part of the plan. What are you doing?" And you see that it's Frankie in the Glasses disguise, just smirking as he goes, "I just wanted to see the look on your face." And he's like, "And what if somebody were to see me like this?" It's like, "Oh, get off it. You called me out of the blue to jack into the phones, and then I got a star in your little ruse too? At least let me have some fun with it." You see Frankie outside, jacked into the network, going, the hospital? Got it. You want to report a suspected spy? And you see Fiona handing him the costume in disguise and going, you help too. He's like, ooh, that's a handsome mug. Of course. And you see Fiona is the one in the hat. And she goes, psst, Twilight, behind you. He's like, all right. And you see the director's kind of like peeking out like Gollum from behind the wall. He's like, I haven't done anything. What do you mean espionage? He's like, it's nothing personal, Forger. It's like, recognize this, Doc? All the files you're going to sell to the West? He's like, I don't recognize that at all. That's not mine. And then he goes and grabs the doc from where he's hiding and goes, this man here told us we would find it in your desk. And he's like, what? And he's like, Director Gory? He's like, no, I didn't mean for any of this. He's like, I trusted you completely. And you're new, but you won everyone over so quickly. I thought maybe it could be one of those spy persuasion techniques, you know? And Frankie's like, nailed it. It's like, it's just, I'm the new guy, so I was working really hard to fit in. And these files here, if you look closely at the letters, you can tell this isn't from the kind of typewriter I use. You have Glasses going, pretty sure that's the font of a 52 Yucca. It's like, no one in this hospital uses a typewriter that old except, and kind of just glance over at Gory. And he's like, no. And Frankie's like, sir, what is your name? He's like, look, you might have the exact same typewriter I do at home. It's like, we can find that out, you know. He's like, oh, or maybe he wrote it all out on my typewriter in order to frame me. Oh, God. Frankie pulls out a fake flame gun lighter. And he goes, we're going to need your name, sir. And Gory's like, like Chief Medical Director Gerald Gory. And Fiona's like, I've heard that name. He's on the hospital's internal surveillance list. And he's like, what? It's like, right, Gerald Gory. Suspected of improperly accepting political donations, falsifying medical reimbursement requests. And you see him doing and then Fiona was like, my shot in the dark hit a bullseye. It's like using a friend's luxury car to go on joyrides. And he's freaking out with the how could you possibly? He's like, and you see intel from Lloyd. He's like misrepresenting himself as a hospital CEO during dates, also eating all the break room donuts and then blaming it on a chubby subordinate. It's like, this guy's quite a piece of work. There's no doubt about who's really responsible here. Let's take him away. He's like, wait, no, it's not true. It's like, Fiona, please come save me. He's like, Fiona. And you see, why is he calling for me? And you have Lloyd going, wait a moment, please. It's like, sure, maybe Director Gory does take medical supplies home sometimes and then sells them to other hospitals. And Gory's like, whoa, Dr. Forger, buddy. He's like, but there's no way he'd do anything so sleazy as selling out his country. Director Gory's way more popular here than I am. Everyone loves him. He's always watching carefully over all of us. He's the sort of leader the whole team can count on. So it's because we have him watching our backs, we're able to focus on the needs of our patients. You see Lloyd putting on the performance of a lifetime. He's got tears in his eyes. He's like, Director Gory is this hospital's greatest treasure. He is our shining ray of hope. It's like, if you're going to arrest him, then arrest me instead. I did it all. I'll confess to all of it. And you see, Dr. Forger is like, oh, Fiona's like, oh, how I'd like to harvest Twilight's tears, even fake ones. And you see Frankie with a going, look at you two wailing and carrying on like that at your age. You know what? I kind of admire that he tries to do the cool, like, spy thing. And you have Lloyd going, why does Frankie always have to play these weird characters? So you got yourself a real good guy there. A man who commands loyalty like you do? No way you're a spy. We'll take your name off the hospital surveillance list too. I want you two working together to keep this hospital running right. Got it? And you see Gory just bawling. He goes, thank you so much, Dr. Forger. It's like, thank you. And excuse, like, you saved me. It's like, never mind that. I don't know what we'd have done without you, Director Gory. Look, if there's anything I can do to help lighten your load, just say so. Like VIP exams. And he's like, you're a good man, Dr. Forger. Let's do our best together. Fiona's like, oh good, I was able to be of use to Twilight. So doesn't want to change out of a costume Twilight made for her. And you see Frankie going, all right, as he slicks back his hair. He's like, maybe now I'll wear this baby over to Jamie's place. You see, best looking costume Twilight ever made for him. Looks so cool he doesn't ever want to change. You see later that night, I'm home. It's like, I'm home too, Papa. It's like, Anya, you should welcome him home. And Lloyd's like, whew, now that we got the hospital problem dealt with, maybe Plan C can finally get moving. And you see you on the back be like, dinner time. And Anya's like, what? It's like, Mama's Plan C is going to pull ahead of me? No, I have to do something to catch up. And you see Anya just be like, oh. It's like, and so the girl anguished over the meaning of friendship. And this feels like it was a significantly shorter chapter than normal. Oh, that's fine. So, on the one hand, like, I guess they should have expected that, of course, since Twilight knew about all his plans and knew about his machinations, of course he'd have a backup. And of course he'd pull some kind of contingency to try to get the guy into his good book so he can get off his radar. And basically, it's like, of course he'd come up with a ruse so he could scare him straight so he doesn't have to worry about him. I'm still a little bit disappointed because I feel like this would have been the perfect opportunity to reintroduce Yuri back into the series again and like have him interact with Fiona and kind of start off that whole cursed friendship. But I guess it wasn't meant to be. We kind of just got a little bit of a comedy one-off, I guess, with the Doctor now being in Lloyd's dead. So yeah, I mean, wasn't the conclusion I was hoping for. It was still amusing with Lloyd doing the over-dramatized acting with Frankie and Fiona's help. So that was really good. Yeah, but apart from that, I don't really have much else to say. Like I said, I really feel like it would have been a good time to reintroduce Yuri, but I guess depending on what the author has plans for, they might be planning to introduce him with something else later on. And I suppose after all the stress Lloyd has been through with the last few chapters with, the tonitrous bolts and everything else, a man doesn't need any more anything else stressing him out, giving him a heart attack. So yeah, got a little bit of fun one-off chapter. Looking forward to where it's going to go from here with Anya's other plans. Yeah, it definitely feels like a shorter chapter, but I guess it was kind of like an extra point one, so it makes sense. Alright, yeah, so with that said and done, like I said, what time is it? I've already recorded the Kaiju video, but I'll probably release these tomorrow, so it's not going to make a difference to you all because you'll see this video when it comes out, but I'm recording this on, the 13th night, so it should be out by the 14th, so look forward to that. Like I said, the One Piece review will also be out at that time as well, and hopefully I get up to catch up with Yona sometime this week. As always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'd really like to get to 169 subscribers because of the magic number amuses me endlessly. And until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.